and welcome to fastidiouschef.com. Today I'm going to make a very special Persian pot that is called tas kebab. Tas kebab really contains of all sorts of vegetables and also pieces of meat, but if you are vegetarian you can exclude the meat. The main thing is that the combination of all this other stuff really that is very aromatic and extremely tasty. All you have to do is to cut everything and have it done in advance. Then you layer it in a pot, and in a separate pan you make a sauce that you pour over it, bring it to a boil, let it simmer for 2 hours, and then the food is ready really. But here I'm making it a little bit differently, because we like the sauce to be a little bit thicker, and therefore I take out some of the sauce after 2 hours, and in a separate bowl I mix it with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water that I mix separately, and then pour it in, mix it, and then I pour all that over to the main pot over the meat and the vegetables, and let it boil or simmer for at least 10 minutes before I serve it. It's so delicious. I also, if using meat, I also have a special seasoning mixture that you will find at my blog, and check it out. It's very easy. Most of the stuff you probably have at home, so try to do that. And also, one of the main ingredients in this pot is quince. At least here in Sweden they import it in, the season for it is autumn. So it's really an autumn pot. So, and it's, quince is a kind of apple that you cannot eat raw. It has to be processed. So let's get started and see how easy it is to make this Persian wonderful tas kebab. Well, here you can see what's needed for the sauce. You get it all ready before you start. And you can find the amount and so on at my blog. It has to be 212 in the pan before you start frying your onion for 7 to 10 minutes until it is really caramelized. And then you add the garlic and just mix it around a bit before you add the seasoning and mix it well. Now you add the water and also the tomato paste and mix it very well. Add more water if you want it a little bit more thin, and more tomato paste if you want it more thick. Taste and correct the seasoning. Now it's the time to get everything ready for the pot. You slice everything, measure everything, and have it ready to go. Season the meat with the special meat seasoning on both sides and set it aside. Put it in the refrigerator meanwhile. Pour 1 tablespoon of oil in a big pan and put a layer of onion, then a layer of eggplant, and then a layer of meat. Top it off with some carrots and put a layer of tomatoes on top of the carrots, and then a layer of quince or apples if you don't have quince, and on top of the tomatoes add the plums that have been soaked in water for a while, and the last layer is potatoes. Then you pour over the sauce that you have prepared. Bring it to a boil and let it simmer for 2 hours on lower heat. Now, if the sauce is too thin, you mix it with a tablespoon of cornstarch and water and pour it over into the sauce. Pour it back in the pot and let it simmer for 10 or 15 minutes. Check out the consistency of it before you serve it. Put it in a nice dish and serve it with a piece of bread. I have to tell you, This is so delicious that you will lick your fingers. As we say in Iran, Nushajan, or enjoy. Okay, I really hope that you like this recipe. If so, please do consider subscribing. And don't forget, give your thumbs up.